2016 has been a very special year. As you mentioned, I've ridden my first Group 1 winner for Ron Quinton, my old boss, aboard Peeping, and then a few weeks later I was able to do it again aboard English for Gay Waterhouse in the all-age stakes.
You're just like rising. You have winning races, especially the big one, and then you have offered a contract to Hong Kong. What's your choice at that time?
It was, you know, things were going very well back in Australia. I was riding a lot for all the big stables, yes. Godolphin, Gay Waterhouse, just to name a couple, and having a lot of success. But as I said before, Hong Kong is for me the pinnacle of racing, and yes. It's always been a dream of mine to be riding here in Hong Kong. So when the opportunity came up, I couldn't turn it down. It's very special to get offered to Hong Kong. So it wasn't a tough decision for me at all. I was you know, straight onto it and coming over here, and was very excited about coming over here.
So I'm sure that you love challenges, because Hong Kong is one of the hardest places to ride, and there's a lot of big names jockeys here. So do you feel a little bit stressed in the first 2 days that without a winner?
I suppose I was a little bit nervous coming over here, which is just, you know, it's only natural, but myself and my girlfriend Morgan, we came over nice and early. We got here, I think, early August, yes. And that just gave us a chance to settle into the place and have a look at our surroundings, and gave me a good opportunity to ride a lot of track work and get my fitness levels up. My first meeting I had 7 rides, and I felt it was a positive. Yes. I didn't ride any winners, but I felt like I learnt a lot about how Hong Kong racing is. It's very tight and very quick. And then I got my first 2 winners on the 3rd meeting, so yes. I definitely learnt quickly, you know, fine-tune little things. But you know, Hong Kong racing is riding in Hong Kong is probably very similar to riding in Sydney. It's yes. very tight and very competitive. So growing up riding in Sydney has probably really put me in good stead for Hong Kong racing, and certainly gotten me ready for it. You have been built up quite a good relationship with John Moore, and then when you come to Hong Kong and he supports you, he gives you a lot of rides. So since when you start to build up the relationship with him? Yeah, John Moore has been a great supporter of mine since I've been here. Gave me an opportunity to ride a lot of track work, and John Moore was a trainer that we really connected and got on well. One of my good friends, Tommy Berry, yes. has had a lot of success for John Moore, yes. in the past, and I think Tommy has talked to John about me and given, you know, and asked him to maybe give me a bit of support. Also, Darren Beeman from Godolphin also was John Moore's stable rider, yes. for a long time. So I know John through those people, yep. And yeah, me and John just seem to have a good connection. We have a good working relationship. And I'm very grateful for the support he's been giving me. He's been a big help since I've been here. Suppose you can be a surfboard player, or because there's no one in your family knows about racing. So how can you get into this industry? I grew up on the northern beaches of Sydney, so as you said, I probably should be a surfer, yeah. and not a jockey. But I've always loved horses. I've ridden horses from a very young age. I grew up doing pony club and show jumping and eventing and all equestrian sports. Ron Quinton, he was my master back in Australia. Yes. I started with Ron from day one. I was apprenticed to him I started with him in April 2009, and was with him. I lived with him, Ron and his wife, Margaret, for 3 years, and I was with Ron right through. I came out of my apprenticeship in August 2014, and even when I was out of my apprenticeship, still rode a lot of track work and worked very closely, and then we ended up winning a Group 1 together earlier this year. So Ron's been a very influential person in my career, but also my life. He was a great help to me with my riding. You know, after every race meeting as an apprentice, we'd sit down and watch all my videos and tell me what I did wrong, but also he was a great help off the track with you know, any bits of advice I needed about how to handle things or different situations off the track, even just growing up. At the end of the day, when I was with Ron, I was still a teenager. I was very young. I was 15, 16, 17, so I was growing up myself. Yes. So you know, he helped me a lot off the track in dealing with little things, and definitely, I suppose, taught me how to be a man. Ron always taught me was the importance of working hard, and I think I've really really taken that into my career. I've always had to work hard, and even here, that's why one of the reasons why Morgan and myself got here early was to give me a chance to get out there and ride track work and build a lot of connections with trainers and owners, and just work hard and get myself out there as much as possible. Be very proactive in my career.
So 1st of October is very special day for you because you have your first winner called White Horse Inn and at Wyong.
As you said, it was on a horse called White Horse Inn.
Yes.
Very big, strong grey horse, and I sat back last at Wyong and circled the field, and off I went. That was talking about it now, that was a day I'll never forget, and it was a very special feeling. And then, as you said, after that, it still took me a bit of time to get going, and in my first year of riding, I probably only rode four or five winners. But I was able to also get my first Metropolitan winner at Randwick in my first year of riding for Ron on a horse called Liechtenstein, and that was in April 2011. And then later that year, I was able to get my first stakes winner listed race in the festival stakes aboard Monton. So once that sort of started happening, then I started to get the ball rolling, probably late 2011, early 2012, and I really hit my straps then, and went on to have a very successful apprenticeship.
You're the one of the apprentice to won 2 times Sydney Championships. So how do you feel?
Yeah, that was a great privilege. To win the first one was always a goal of mine. Once I always had that in my sights to win an apprentice premiership, but it was as soon as I won the first one, it was like it wasn't enough, and I felt like I had to do it again.
So what's the favourite racing moment in your life?
I think I can't go past winning my first Group 1. As you said, she was very consistent, running a lot of seconds. But one thing about Peeping was there was no other jockey to ride her. I rode her whole career.
Oh, wow.
I've ridden her in all the track work, all the barrier trials and all the races. No other jockey was to ride her. So we had a very special bond, I suppose, between horse and rider. We got on very well. To ride a Group 1 winner for Ron was very special. You know, as I said, everything we've been through together, and riding that big winner for Ron, it was like a repayment. It was like a way to say thank you. So I definitely can't go past that. That's probably my highlight of my career so far.
So I'm sure that you will feel a little bit upset when you hear the news that Peeping passed away because of a cholera attack.
Yeah, it was devastating news actually. Peeping was a horse that whoever went and met her, she had such a character, and she was a very gentle type of horse, and you know, presence to look at her. She was beautiful. She had that really black coat, very shiny and very athletic sort of horse. And every time she was in a race, she tried 100%. She just put everything into her races, and just the ultimate professional dream horse for a jockey to ride. So when we got the news that she had passed away, it was a very sad day. It was devastating. So
do you know that there's the media give you one nickname? Last season we have a little fresh meat called Chad Schofield, and now we have another one.
So what's mine? Chad was Little Fresh Meat. What's my one?
You're version 2.
Oh, version 2?
Yes.
Oh, very good. I don't mind that one. That one's not too. Little Fresh Meat 1 and 2.
Yes.
Very good.
So we know that you has been a very good friend with Chad, and you grew up in the same kind of school, academy.
Yeah.
And then so, do you mind people always keep compared with you guys?
It makes a good little rivalry going on. As you said, me and Chad came through our apprenticeships together, and we basically did everything together. We had our first barrier trial within 1 month, and then we had our first race ride within the 1 month, and then I think we got our first winners within 1 month. And our first winners were both on big grey horses. So we came through our apprenticeships right through together, and then we fought out the apprentice premiership, which Chad won the first time. So we've had a good little rivalry going on our whole careers, but also it's made for a good, tight, close friendship, and now it's great to be here competing against one another here on the world stage here in Hong Kong.
So you said that you're very dedicated to this racing industry. So how can you find your Mrs. Right?
I met Mrs. Right through racing, actually.
Oh.
Morgan worked in the racing industry back in Australia. She worked for the Australian Turf Club in a sponsorship. And she was at the races one day, and I was riding, obviously, and I saw her.
You're not concentrating then.
I wasn't concentrating for about 30 seconds, and spotted her, and then yeah, and then that's the end of the story. We got talking, and I don't think she liked me at first. But I had to keep working on that one. Again, hard work. Hard work pays off. And then we've Morgan and I became very good friends, and we formed a very good friendship first, and then it went from there.
So is it difficult to get her?
Was a bit difficult, yeah. As I said, hard work.
Okay, so I know that Tommy Berry gave you a very good advice that you have to bring something to Hong Kong, otherwise we'll be feeling bored, and you bring the best one, just Morgan to
yeah,
be with
definitely.
you.
One thing, when I got the opportunity to come here in Hong Kong, I talked to Tommy Berry first thing in the morning, and one thing Tommy said was it's very important to bring, you know, as Morgan goes with you. Yep. Because otherwise it's quite a tough environment. It can be very lonely, yeah. And it's great to have the support of Morgan there, you know, and enjoy the ride together and enjoy the new experiences together. It's a new experience for both of us, and it's a great learning curve for both of us. So I'm very lucky to have Morgan here with me and enjoying it together.
So now I have a quiz for you and Morgan. Would you like to take this challenge?
Perfect, let's do it.
So, first of all, what's the first winner of Sam? The name of the horse.
That'll test you, my love.
No pippin. Very nice question, huh?
You're right. It wasn't working. Ah, very good, very good.
The first question you guys missed.
Yeah, all right.
The second one, what's the shoe size?
Oh, shoe size. I don't know shoe size. I know.
I wish I had that smaller foot. It's like a child's foot.
It's very small for you, know?
No, I'm a 5.5. So we'll go somewhere in the middle.
You got two wrong.
I got it right.
And the last one, what do you want to say to each other?
I have to write this down.
My handwriting is not very good.
Oh.
I just don't know a shoe size, but now I do.